Traveling with Dan.
Yes, hello and welcome to Newfoundland and Labrador, the easternmost province of Canada in the country's Atlantic region. The province comprises the island of Newfoundland and the continental region of Labrador. On March 31st, 1949, it became the 10th and most recent province to join the Canadian Confederation as Newfoundland. On December 6, 2001, the Constitution of Canada was amended to change the province's name from Newfoundland to Newfoundland and Labrador. We are in St. John's right now, the capital and largest city of Newfoundland and Labrador, for it is here where the Signal Hill National Historic Site is located. Signal Hill can be seen from almost everywhere in St. John's, and the majority of Signal Hill, including Cabot Tower, is a designated historic site, a national historic site. There's the view from the other side of the city, and you can see the road as it twists and turns up to the top. Signal Hill in St. John's is the most popular landmark, beloved by visitors and locals alike for its hiking trails, stunning views, and the iconic Cabot Tower. Signal Hill was the site of military battles dating back as far as 1762 and probably earlier, but I've never paid much attention to the military battles. And of course, you can also see Signal Hill and Cabot Tower from the sea as well. Yes, here we are on a boat in the Atlantic Ocean. Like I said, you can see it from just about everywhere in the city. The reason that I keep going back to Signal Hill is the sights, mostly, but also its history. It was on December 12, 1901, when the first transatlantic wireless transmission was received right here by Guglielmo Marconi. Yes, the views are spectacular. There's no getting around that. There are so many unique things up here, like the directional signs on Signal Hill that point how far you are from various places around the world. And those views of the Atlantic Ocean, well, you can see how absolutely stunning and spectacular they are. But radio was invented right here. Marconi is widely credited with the invention of radio, and it happened right here in Canada. Sure, in 1901 it wasn't Canada then, but it's in Canada now. I love this place. My mother and I would always visit it when I went to St. John's when she was alive, and only one time did I actually go into Cabot Tower. There's always so much to see and do outside that it never struck me to go inside the tower. But come with me, I'll take you in. The first thing you see inside is the dedication sign. Up the stairs is the flag room. There are hundreds of flags that fly from the tower, letting people know all sorts of things like the weather. Flag communication between land and sea would take place here at Cabot Tower from the 17th century up until 1960. Oh, we went up the stairs before I showed you the stairs. Obviously, the stairs, here they are. They get narrower and narrower the higher you go up. But there's always room to get past a person or walk up and down the stairs. And there are things to read and history on every level. There's even a window to look out, as my mom is doing in this shot. This is the view of St. John's from the top level. Now that's something, isn't it? Like I said, if you've ever thought about going, you should absolutely go. Here we are at the top now, my mom, her boyfriend Gower, and me back when I was cool and had big curly hair and wore sunglasses. We're at the very top. Look, Ma, made it. Top of the world, Ma. As this place used to defend St. John's, there's military artifacts all over Signal Hill, including the gun turret you see on the right. I've looked them over the years, including this gun, but the military history never really held my attention while I was up there. Because of the views, for instance, like this view of the other end of St. John's from the outside walkway that goes around Cabot Tower. It's all so incredible. Next stop from here, Ireland. Yes, this is the furthest east you can go in Newfoundland and Labrador. Actually, that's not true. There's a place called Cape Spear that I will eventually take you to, just not today. This is the second furthest place you can go. Today on Signal Hill, you can see Cape Spear off in the distance. Yeah, the distance right above my head, you can see Cape Spear there. This is also a great picture of the Fort Amherst Lighthouse, the first one ever built in St. John's. But you're probably wondering why I'm holding a fiddle. Well, I did a series for radio, which was invented right here, and I took most of my publicity shots for the series called Fiddlin' Around right here. Actually, my mother took them. Turned out pretty well, don't you think? This picture was featured in newspapers across Canada. But enough about me. Back to Cabot Tower, which I've been to in the winter, the spring, the summer, and the fall, and during great weather like on this day, and on horrible, very windy days. It was and is always historic, and was and is always going to be beautiful. The tower, the history, the views of the Atlantic Ocean like this one. Wow, it's one of my absolute favorite places in the world, and if you are even remotely thinking about going, let me say again, you should go. You can even see the different colored houses as you drive to and from this place. I love the jelly bean houses in Newfoundland and Labrador, and you should go.
Traveling with Dan.